What's going on, guys? Taking a look here at Aerodrome Finance. It's the 21st of December. So taking a look here at the charts, this thing had a huge reversal yesterday. We had mentioned in yesterday morning's video that these markets are extremely oversold, and we actually sold off very hard into the early morning hours. We moved all the way down to basically 129.45 support. One of my levels here in blue, 129.49. We hit a low, it looks like 129. Reversed all the way up, closed actually way up here above 162.3. Yesterday's close looks like it was 164. Massive range for Aerodrome Finance yesterday. So although support did show up right in this zone, and we did close above the highs over here on the 10th, which is basically the 156, 158 resistance zone, it was a massive shakeout, and then spent the rest of the Friday reversing back to the upside. Huge support, big volatility yesterday. All the markets basically spent most of the afternoon or so rallying to the upside after the morning sell-off. We have a new low put in, obviously, on Friday, all the way down there to 129. Today, Saturday the 21st, we have a higher low and a higher high. So this thing could be in the, depending on how we close today, I don't think we're going to take out the lows from yesterday. That was pretty aggressive way down there. This is potentially just the reverse of what we saw take place in Bitcoin. So we have and actually over here on Aerodrome, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Basically like a 3-bar play, but in the reverse, whereas Bitcoin was topping out and this thing is bottoming out. So we have it right here. We have a high put in on day one. Day two is another higher high, but a decent reversal, and we close lower. And then the following day is a lower high and a lower low. Basically, those 3 bars can mark tops for this example. Or here we have a low, we have a new lower low, and then we have a higher low here. And we actually did get a higher high. 3-bar play, but this is in the bottoming format, where this over here is the topping format. So the 11th, 12th, 13th topping of December, and the 19th, 20th, and so far today, depending on how we close, 21st, potential bottoming here for Aerodrome. Now, these markets can rally up quite a bit, guys. We could go all the way back up here to 186. We could reach a level of, roughly $2, maybe a little bit higher, and put in a major market lower high, and then roll over again. I mentioned yesterday when these markets were extremely oversold, we should see some kind of a reaction. And, I didn't really have much expectations of what the reaction would be, but this is probably the biggest reaction that, was possible here. Was a huge reversal off of a, 129 closing above, what was it, 162 or 164 close. So let's say the bottom's in, and let's talk about higher market prices. Well, let's start out our resistance levels, 171, this green line, and then we move up to basically 181 to 186. That's 3 levels here. We have a clear path in here, and then we have our most recent highs, the 12th of December and the 7th of December. That's so, let's say the market gets past all of these resistance levels. We get past this zone here. We're going to look at the highs from the 7th and the 12th, and then we're going to start to talk about what's, basically all-time highs here for Aerodrome. We have a 238 and a 264. Those are newer levels, 238, 264. And then we actually have a newer level than those, and that is $2.84. So again, there's no guarantee we're going to rally here and, basically V bottom and take, into new all-time highs. We'll have to see what happens here. But again, these are, if the market does find itself up here in the 230, 240, 250, and we're continuing to rally, I would look for a resistance up there at 284.7. Just like we got 234.5 resistance on the 7th as well on the 12th. It's the same thing. It would just be, at a higher price if these prices can be broken to the upside. 238, 264, and 284 is the newest level. Today's the first video where 284 is in. So we'll have to see, guys. We're heading into the holidays here. New Year's around the corner. We'll have to see how these markets go. Maybe the markets just bottomed yesterday. I would expect they bottomed at least for the short term. Long term, we'll know over time. But we got massive support within this large consolidation here. Big test. Close strong. We'll see how this thing plays out here. Is it a dead cat bounce, essentially, where it prints a lower high somewhere and then continues to roll over? Or do we continue to rally here, pull back, put in a higher market low, another higher high, and continue the trend to the upside? We got some baggage above the market, though, that's going to definitely make it work. It's going to be some overhead supply here. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 388 this morning. Bitcoin so far topped out just above my 104,622 price level. Here's a 3-bar play here for a top. So we have a market higher high and a higher low, followed by another market higher high and higher low. Very weak close. Basically, it looks like a cross, like an upside down cross here. Very weak close, slightly higher, basically unchanged. That's drying up. And then we got the lower high and the lower low down 5.64%. 1, 2, 3 bars marking a top. We got follow through as well on Thursday and follow through on Friday. We have market support on Friday at the 96,626.83 price level. It's been on the chart for a while. Yesterday we sold off aggressively, but we climbed our way all the way back, closed in the green and closed above 96,626.83. Solid support this week. End of the week, solid support at this level back in here. So again, we'll see what happens. Today we have a higher high and a higher low. 1, 2, 3. This could be a 3-bar play as a marking the bottom here for Bitcoin. Same scenario as Aerodrome. Is Bitcoin going to, basically V bottom out of here and put in, new highs? Are we going to top out, at 100,649, maybe back at 104, put in a major market lower high, and then roll over again? It could be here, it could be here, and then roll over again, and that will, mark a new lower low as the trend continues back to the downside. We have new price targets above the market, one new price target. If we break out into new highs and the rally does carry on, maybe into January or so, 116,834 is a new market target, guys. Just like we got up to 104,622 and then ultimately ended up getting quickly back below it. Could see a similar thing up here. I would look for some reaction, some resistance at 116,834 if we continue to break out into new all-time highs here for Bitcoin. A lot of scenarios could play out here. This could end up being, a rough head and shoulders, and the market, moves to the downside. This could just be a quick liquidation event here, and then we put in higher lows and higher highs, and the market continues to trend into new all-time highs, taking us up to 116. Time will tell. One thing that will happen is we will be here tracking it and watching our price levels, and a new price level is 116,834. Nice to see support showing up at the 96,626.83. You can see resistance here at 100,649. Today's very quiet, but this could be a 3-bar play bottom, just similar to what we got here. 3-bar play top, just the reverse here for a bottom. Thanks for watching, guys. All links down below. Of course, not financial advice. Let me know your thoughts on Bitcoin and Aerodrome, and we'll catch you guys down in the comments. If you are not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. Have a great weekend.